Welcome to the Eden Deadman Mode Tournament Final. My name is Giller and I'll be your host today. And once again, we are here on the Eden Deadman Mode Tournament Finals, playing for 2.1 billion 07 GP, also known as Max Cash. We are here at Falador, about to approach the final area, where I already see a huge alliance teamed up. So, for a little bit of context, these are the Eden Deadman Mode Tournament Finals. If you're unaware of Eden, you can type !Discord or !Eden in the chat, and you'll get all the information you need. Now, these players, just like a regular Deadman Mode tournament, have been grinding for a week, and in this past week, they had to grind out their levels, grind out their gear, and it all leads up to this final moment. The multi-stage. And soon, fog will appear in the map, and this final area will be boarded off by some orbs. And then the fog will slowly start pushing everyone in, and then these teams will continue to fight until 128 players remain. After that, we'll get into the 1v1 section of the game, which will be a lot more calmer. Now, there we go. The Eden Deadman Mode Tournament Finals. Let's go! So, let's see. Who do we have here? A little bit of a fight going on here, actually. We got two Reg Rangers, just barely on the single strip there, but I'm pretty sure they're about to run into multi. Well, they give up. So, I believe that right here we have the Ratlords Lit Bark Alliance. Now, these are the previous winners of the Deadman Mode Tournament Final. Especially Ratlords. They've been winning every single Eden Deadman Mode tournament in this year. 2020 has been undefeated for them. And then the opposition is the Element CD Alliance, which is gonna try and contest this giant group of players right here and take the victory for themselves. Now, the CD Alliance, actually, quite important to note, is that OT and CD have officially merged as clans. Previously, we saw OT and CD being two different clans led by Tito and Mello, but right now we're going to be seeing CD and OT all grouped up into one single clan playing under CD. Now, CD is obviously allied with Element and with GG. And then we have Ratlords being allied with Lit and Bark. And those are the main 6 teams that we'll be focusing on. We have a couple smaller teams playing as well, but all of them really play under these same alliance umbrellas. So we're going to be looking for that other alliance in just a bit here. But now that we're actually spectating Ratlords, I did get a little bit of information from their clan leader Barnes. For most of you listening, pretty well-known guy. I've interviewed him multiple times this year already due to his victories. And he says that this week we took the most feeds we've ever had, and we had put this tournament's effort into overdrive. We had to grind out 10 mech sets, and somehow we ended up with 10 VLSs, 10 Zuriel staffs, none of them donated for, and they say they have a small unit that ended up bringing in core members from another team that disbanded, and it's been very successful thus far for them. They also say that they did a bunch of Gobbler's Dungeon, some rings from Dagonauts and Barrows, and that took full advantage of the double drops, and that their alliance obviously is with Lit and Bark, as I previously mentioned, and that they've been fortunate enough to win every single world boss, and they've been able to get a lot of blood amulets from that. So, let's talk a little bit about these blood amulets. If you're unaware, this tournament, which is brand new, the Blood Fury has been introduced. Now, these will be dropped by world bosses, and they're very big. They heal you, assuming it's the buffed version already, they will heal you for quite a significant amount of total health. Now, in the 1v1s, this will make a very big difference. We're talking about potentially winning a game, just because we've seen these matches go very close. We've seen matches go down in a difference of literally hitting one redemption or not. And then this Blood Fury could obviously heal you just enough to be able to take down your opponent. So good on them for taking those Blood Furies. And then the opposition. Let's try and see if we can find the other alliance here. We still have a couple people at home. Not too many. Not too many left. Let's see. Can we find the other alliance? Bear with me while I have to randomly scroll between players to try and find them. Oh, there appears to be chest spawning soon. We got Step ready to take that one. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got a group of players here, which I'm pretty sure is their alliance. It's hard to tell how many people are here exactly. They're all fallen in. But we got Element leading the charge. This is definitely the Element alliance right here. Now, Element, they are allied with GG and with CD, right? Like I said. And while we are on the view of Element, I do have some information from one of their high-ranking members, especially from the GG member. GG leader Lordovi says that this Eden, they've played a lot smarter than the last time, and that they have been grinding and joining up with Element, that they've been helping Element to farm for their max sets, and that in return they've been PKing gear for them back. And that sadly they lost a couple world bosses, but that they do believe that they have a very big alliance now with the OT merge of OT and CD. And that GG plans was to stay very low and feed as many 1v1s as possible, and they do believe they've done so. And they say that they have a couple really good names out there that they're hoping to stay alive, and they hope that their alliance... Oh, look at this! Here we can see their true numbers! Look at this! Holy shit! That's a big unit. That was really hard to see, but that's really cool. Here we have the Element Alliance full charge on the Edgeville Bank. There we have them all in their manpower. I mean, if we compare that to the Ratlord's lines that already saw at Falador, that's pretty close in numbers. That's going to be a very, very special final hour multi-stage there. Now, other than that, Lordovi does say that, let's see, let me see, he does say that, in their 1v1s, the alliances all have put their members split up, and that, you know, they should have 1v1ers ready whenever they need to. I also have some words from Kaya, who is Black Nan's leader. He says that we've contested the first couple Tormented Demons, and then we realized it was a huge waste of supplies, and that they ended up just doing other world bosses, other activities. The highlight was when Chunk killed Misery for Absolute Max, and that right after they killed Tag Bucket for Absolute Max 2, and then they dropped 2 bar kits right after, quoting Kaya there. And the clan drama is that we have Googly Eyes deadbotting, just piping up per usual and speaking down on our team. Little does he know, his team and Bark is so spine-infested they wouldn't be going anywhere without the help of Ratlord/Tata. And then he also says that Ratlord is the deciding figure in their alliance. And that they're just a 2-man alliance with since OT, close to GG guys playing under the name Element, and CD the second team in the Element alliance, of course. And they are hoping to take down the victory. What is this? KemV, welcome to the stream. This is the Eden Deadman Mode Tournament Finals. You can type !Discord or !Eden in the chat to get all the information you need to be able to play this Deadman Mode tournament, which will be playing for 2.1 billion 07 GP. Now, we do have the Element Alliance already gearing up, ready to go in for their charge. They're still a long way from Falador. I mean, they have to cross all the way over here. Let me quickly show their path they're going to have to take. So they're going to go from here, and most likely they're going to probably run up here, right? And what they're going to be wanting to do is go down in this lower ditch, right, as we see here. And we see a couple of Ratlord Scout here. And then what they're going to do is they're going to stand right here. Now, this is a very important line, due to the fact that this area is single combat, which means that if you are fighting there, you can only fight one person at a time. Whereas if you cross this line, which you can't really see, but just imagine it's there, then you come into the multi-stage, which at that point everyone can attack everyone, and it can be 100 versus 100, and it's going to be absolute mayhem. Now, for absolute safety, you're gonna stay inside this single area, which I imagine that Element's gonna do that, which means they'll have a aggressive position. So at some point, when the fog comes close, they're gonna have to run into Rat Lords, which have a defensive position, because this is the final area, right? This is Falador Square, and all the teams are gonna have to group up here. So we see Rat Lord's position, and there we go. We got the orbs, so you can now clearly see which will be the final area. Now the fog has to still slowly push in before people actually start fighting here. Now, once that team of Element reaches the single area, like I said, they're going to have an offensive position, whereas Rattlers will have a defensive position, because Element will eventually have to go from this side of the map all the way into here. And as we can see, we have Ratlords, Lit Alliance, all the way from north to south spread, which means they'll have a very good position trying to freeze their opponents inside this area. And from that point on, they should be able to kill some of their members. And I do wonder if we're going to see Element take that charge. Let's see. Can we already spot Element? Are they still at Edgeville? Yeah, they still are. They're still grouping up. Alright, so basically Element is saying right now, it's very simple, is that, guys, right now, this is the last time you get the bank. So take out all the supplies you need for this final battle and be ready. And that's exactly what they're doing now. They're pulling out the bank. They're grabbing the last supplies they might need. Pre-potting up, very important. Trying to get that 115 health and trying to keep that with the rapid heal. And then once they are all ready, we're going to see them moving towards the final area. Now, so far, not a lot of action. And I don't expect a lot of action to happen anytime soon. We're just going to have to wait until these clans actually meet up. Which the fog will make sure happens eventually. Now we can see that there's still 270 players alive. If you die now, you can no longer log in. So, these scouts that we see all across the map, these people that are separated from their clan, right? We see them. All they have to do is stand there and gather information, right? If they see the other lines, they're going to have to report to their clan leaders, yo, I just saw someone, and they're going to have to communicate that through their entire alliance. And then everyone exactly knows what they're going to be doing, because they're going to be following their leader's call, which is called shot calling. It's the concept of one or multiple people, usually one or two, being the leaders of the clan, and then deciding what happens. If they call, we're going to run north in 3 seconds, and they're going to count down 1, 2, 3. All 100 members of the clan are going to move north exactly on that countdown. And it's very important, because if you move it as a unit, you can defeat the other unit quite smoothly. So these scouts, very important. They need to get the information they find to their leaders, so the leaders can make the correct call. But, like I said, if you die now, you can no longer log back in. So if another alliance does run in and you die as a scout, then that's your opportunity gone. So these scouts have to remain in some good positions, but as well survive. It's very important for them to gather as much information as they can before they will eventually perish. Alright. Let's see, what other information do I have for you guys? Not a lot, actually, this time around. I got Jason. I got, you know, of course, we got Team Jason. He's been 3-0 this far, if you guys know what I'm talking about. He might be 4-0. Cannot confirm nor deny. That 4-0 might happen this time around. But all he says is that, I asked, do you have any clan information? He says, let me write a text. Bark is gonna win, is all I say. So he believes in the Bark victory, which is interesting because Bark is actually the allied with Ratlords and with Lit. And you don't see that very often, because I know that Jason obviously is with OT usually, and him now supporting Bark is quite interesting, because they are actually allied with Ratlords, which usually Jason and Ratlords, they're not allied. They're usually very much enemies. So hearing Jason say that Bark's gonna win is very interesting. So that, who knows, maybe Jason playing with Bark, which means he's playing with Ratlords, which is gonna be very interesting. Giller is my biological father, Koshin is my nan. Didn't know I made a child with Giller already, Pog. True. Giller is my dad, Pog. Tell Koshin I love. Yo, Rune Server loves you, Koshin. Alright, now, we have a little bit of a fight going on there, but I think they already retreated. Now, these are the scouts I'm talking about. They're running up, as you can see, and they're running back. All they're trying to do is gather information, right? They're being very, very, very careful, trying to gather as much information as they can without any worries. And we do see a little bit of a rag fight going on here. We got 2 scouts meeting up, and they're just gonna be, well, as you can see right here, only one person can fight with another. Whereas when it's multi-stage, you can expect these 2 people to also pile this person, right? You can then 3 versus 1 if you want to. But because, like I said, because of that invisible line we discussed earlier on that side over there, this is still this single area, so these people can only fight 1 versus 1. Now let's see if we can already spot the Element Alliance. Have they moved out of Edgeville yet? Let's see if we can find their little group, shall we? Ah, no, Element is still grouped up at Edgeville. And I see why now. So this light right here, it indicates that there will be a chest dropping here, and once the chest drops, there will be a significant amount of good high tier items in there. So Element will be able to secure that chest because there will not be any competition from the Ratlords Alliance, as they are not willing to leave their spot just to grab this chest. Look at Giller, man, so inspirational. Thank you, dude. And good luck in the finals to you as well, Mo. So yeah, at this point, as you can see in the top right corner, we got 20 seconds remaining before the fog pushes in even further. The fog does not continuously push in; it pushes in blocks. And right now, players here are still safe, even if the timer hits 0. And I do wonder if after this timer, these players might be in danger, forcing them to move towards the final area. But right now, actually, we do have Element on the move a little bit, no? Okay, they were just moving around slightly. Discord? Sure, let's see. Alright. So, I do have actually some pretty cool information. This is very exciting. So, this concept, if you guys are familiar with my stream, I've talked about this concept before, but it's now been officially implemented. So, we got 265 people alive, right? Now, eventually the multi-war will start, and the clans will start to fight. Now, once 128 players are alive, the 1v1s usually start, right? As we've been seeing for season after season after season. But this time around, it's going to be different. What's going to be happening is the game is going to save everyone that got into the top 128. They're going to qualify for the 1v1s. But the fight is going to still continue, and we're going to keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting until one player remains. And that player will be the last man standing, and he will gain an additional prize pool for money. And then after that person wins, like the last person standing, we will then carry over all 128 players until the 1v1s, just like normal. And then we'll go from there, just like you're used to for the 2.1 build. So we're going to see a war until literally one person stands. And then after that, we're going to see 128 people competing for the 1v1s. Now, this is very exciting. I like this because, as you can see, 260 players remaining. 128 for the 1v1s, which means only half of these people have to die. And that goes by pretty quickly, I can tell you. Now, we usually don't see these clans really fight until their last bit, right? We see clans just skirmish here and there, picking off members, a couple people dying, 10 people dying, 5 people dying, and then it's gonna slowly dribble down, and then boom, 128, game pauses, we go into the 1v1s. But now, we're gonna see them fight until the end, which I believe is gonna be a very good fight. Now, I do wonder is that it's gonna be fun because what's gonna be happening is that eventually one alliance will be complete control of the final area, right? And then we're gonna see that alliance, they should eventually start fighting themselves just to try to get that extra prize money in, right, for themselves. So we're gonna see how that goes. XDead Romance, thank you for the follow. Onsva, thank you for the follow. And IMT1AZ, thank you for the follow as well. Robsy comes in with the question. He says, "You've changed. Why do you let Ditter Bitter use your DMM account to PK on?" Well, that's quite easy to understand. Is that I no longer play my DMMA, and we have a little bit of an action coming here. Actually, we have a couple people trying to catch someone off guard, but it does appear that whoever they were trying to catch already run more north and is now safe. So the reason why Ditter is on my account is because I no longer play my main account, and I do believe that he has the capability of getting some max sets, which he has done so far. He has peaked 3 max sets, and I do keep all the loot. Spoiler alert. So whenever he does PK like 500 mil, which he has done recently, I do end up keeping that money. So I do not mind if he dies at all. Like, he already made a lot of profit, and we'll be able to buy more return sets. Now we got Ratlords actually on the focus. Their scouts must have told them at some point that the Element Alliance is on a side they are not familiar with, or at least they don't want to fight in that position no more. And all of Ratlords have now moved into the single areas, and as you can see here, very, very good movement. You got a couple of people staying behind, but the bulk of their users all ran at the exact same time, which is exactly the type of shot calling I was talking about. You got these people saying, okay, we're going to move all the way east, and we're going to move in 3, 2, 1, and boom. All of their 150 members run back east. And now they're being called, no guys, we're going to run west. And we got the Element Alliance right here from the north on the high ground. As we can see, now it's going to be a race. It's going to be, is the Element Alliance going to rush for the final hour? I mean, final zone, or is Ratlords going to rush it? We can see Ratlords now rushing into the final area. And they're going to take back control of this final area. And we got Element on the high ground here, not feeling very comfortable, because if they have to leave this high ground, as you can see, there's only one way down, which is this staircase right here. Now, this staircase, that's very dangerous. All these members could focus you. I mean, imagine just standing here and just walking into that. That is not a pretty sight. You do not want that. So we're going to have to see if the Element Alliance actually decides to run back and take the route I predicted earlier, which I predict them to then actually move around this way, right? They're going to then move through this little gap right here, and then they're going to move all around this tree. They're going to move just around this little park, and then they're going to sit in this final area where it's still singles and ready to fight Ratlords. Because if they take the stairs, that's going to be murder. So I do predict them to take that. And we now do see them exactly taking that movement. Just like I said, they're going to go through this hill. Let's take a good shot of that. Look at that. Look at all these people running in. They are ready to fight. Now, once again, if you're new to this stream, !! Discord in the chat, or ! Eden in the chat, and you get all the information to play this as well. And you can compete yourself for 2.107. Just like I said, they're going to take this path right here, and they're going to stand right on this line. And there we go, exactly as I predicted. This is a very common strategy, and we've seen Element and Ratlords do this over and over again. And now we have the exact stand down I was hoping for. We got the Element Alliance, Element CD Alliance, as well as GG, of course, with them. And then we got the Ratlords Alliance, which includes Ratlords, Lit, and Bark. Now this is going to be good. Why did I leave 45? I did not leave, brother. I've just been playing different account types. I've just not been playing my main account as much recently. But I, of course, still stream sometimes. So if you're new to the stream, make sure to follow so you get notified when I go live. I appreciate it. But yeah, I do sometimes still stream a Dead Mode Iron Man, and I'm actually working on a new secret project, which will give some content for you guys in the future. It's going to take a while for me to get ready with that project, but once it's ongoing, I should be able to provide some very good streaming content. So if you do like PvP content, survival content, Dead Mode content, make sure to follow my stream, and then you get notified when I go live for more content just like this. Now here we go. We got the Element Ratlords stare down. Now I don't expect Ratlords to go in the offense here, because there is no reason for them whatsoever to fight. Because if they run up here, right, then all of Element can actually fight them in multi, whereas they can only fight Element in singles. That's the way the game works. So I expect Ratlords to stand their ground, as they are doing right now, all the way from north to south. And then eventually Element, when the fog is in their back, which means it will be coming from this side right here, we're then gonna see Element grouping up and all running it down into the center here. And then we're going to see Rat Lords ready to defend from this side. And it's going to be interesting to see because Element, they can make two choices. Well, three rather. They can do three things basically. They can say, okay, we're going to go from north to south and we're just going to rush in. Or we're going to go into the north corner or into the south corner. And we're going to see what they're going to be doing now because they're going to rush in. Element actually decides to go from north to south all the way. Now, Rat Lord has to put up the prayers and has to start barraging these people and get them stuck in the field. As we can see here, we got a huge clump on this square right here. We got Rat Lords being clumped on this side as well. And we got Elements just rushing in, but they're getting clumped very, very hard. Where you can see already more than 10 people dead. We can now see Element actually trying to rush through Rat Lords, but Rat Lords is standing their ground. And now both teams are just mixed into each other. We got Element still frozen on this side, but they should be unfrozen in a matter of 3 seconds and should continue the journey. As we can see now, we got Element running it down towards the west side. We got one team grouping up on this corner right here. I think we got Rat Lords still holding their ground. I do believe they should be moving to the northwestern corner over there. And that we should see Element going south. But holy shit, the fog just kicked in. All these Element members just died because they were still in the fog. And we know the Rat Lords was already in the final area, so none of them died in that moment. So I guess Element lost around 10 people just from that mistake. They were not in the final area on time. And this is just mayhem. We got Rat Lords and Element fighting it out, and they are refusing to take a corner. They're just mixed into each other, just barraging, trying to take the damage. We got a huge clump over here, and as you can see, a large amount of people are circled around this, trying to focus all these people here in the center. Not too sure who these people are. I do believe that this could be the Rat Lords Alliance all in this corner. And then we got Element over here as well, trying to focus it down on that corner. So we do have Rat Lords in this north corner, trying to focus down Element on the south. And I do believe we see Element now slightly retreating, as you can see now. But then, no, the call has been made. Guys, we're not retreating. We're gonna push. And I could actually believe that this could be the entire Rat Lords Alliance all the way in the north corners, both of them, as well as the north side. And then we see Element on this circle right here, trying to focus the north side. But Rat Lords, if these people, all of them are Rat Lords, they are very much in a demanding lead, and they should be able to take down their opposition quite smoothly. Now, this corner has been thinning out. I'm not gonna lie. We got Martin there. We got a GG member, CD Tito. Ooh, is that CD actually? It could be. Which could mean it could then be the GG Alliance. Who knows? Marty, thanks for the follow. Now, I'm not too sure. Look, this is actually mayhem. None of these teams, usually what happens is that one team are going to push and then the other team is going to retreat and then they're going to chase each other. But these clans, they are very stubborn. They're just standing in their northern side. They're just fighting. They're not moving. They refuse to move. But I do believe that the north, all the way from the north, is the Rat Lords Alliance. I'm sorry if I'm calling this wrong, but I do believe that that is the case because we saw them north first. And they are now focusing everyone who is south, which would be the Element Alliance. Yeah, I do see a couple Element names there. CD, right? As we can see, Element. There we go, Elements. So, I am correct. This is the Element Alliance, still on the south. And then we do see the Rat Lords Alliance now all the way running into this northeastern corner. We still got a couple members stuck on the northwestern corner. But I do believe that Rat Lords have now taken over the northeastern corner, which is the call that has been made. And they're now going to focus on the center, where we can see Element now circling around, all focusing that corner. Which is quite a good strategy, because as you can see, Element way more spread out, right? Whereas Rat Lords is all stuck in one corner. Now these spells, they damage multiple people at the same time. So it's going to be very interesting to see, because Rat Lords are being damaged by these spells. And because they're clumped up, they're probably taking more damage than Element is, because they are spread out. What Rat Lords really should be doing is trying to take a corner. And we got the fog kicking in. Look at this. Oh no, the fog is going to hunt people down. This is going to be hard. We got 5s hitting from the fog. 170 people remaining. This fog is going to murder people. This is going to be brutal. We got the Rat Lord still on that northern corner. Still trying. Element now running a little bit more. As you can see, they're running south. Alright, it does appear that Element is regrouping on the southeastern corner, trying to focus northeast, where we see the Rat Lords Alliance. 195 people still alive. We're going to look towards the 128 mark, which means that at that point, when 128 people are alive, all those people will make it to the 1v1s, but we will continue to fight until one person survives. And whoever has the most supplies should be able to survive, because this fog will continuously deal 5 damage until you just burn out of your supplies. These teams kind of scared to fight right now, which is very much understandable. We got Element all the way on this southern side, all spread out, and we still got Rattlers trying to fight out in this northern corner, but their numbers are falling. They're still being clumped by both sides of the Element Alliance. It's not looking too good for them just yet. So easy for Element? It does appear so. Element still in a lead somewhat, still trying to swoop around this outer side, all still trying to focus this Rattler's corner. 137 people still remaining. Now, if you're a Fed 1v1er, all you should do now is getting to focus and trying to survive, because only 7 more people have to die and you make it into 1v1s. 133 people still remain. Now, this fog, it's brutal. 125 people, there we go. So everyone who is still alive now will make it to the 1v1s, but we're going to continue to fight, and we're going to see who appears to be the last man standing. Now, actually, Element still scattered around. This is not good. What Element has to be doing is to continuously deal damage, but that's not what they're doing. Ratlord's still in this corner, still trying to push out some damage, but their numbers are dwindling. It does appear that pretty much everyone is just spread out now. No one has taken a particular corner. We got still some Rattlers members alive on this northern side, still trying to tank it, still trying to survive. We got a beast of a guy here, right hand in full max, just trying to barrage this Element leader in the center. Half of Element already gone, it's true, but Element have made quite the comeback. 100 people still alive. We got the fog kicking in. 90 people alive. Now, at this point, it's impossible to say who won. It is literally impossible. Everyone is spread around so much that at this point, a Rattlers member from the north could just run south, right? There's nothing avoiding him from running south because everyone is just running around trying to survive this fog. No one is focused on fighting much. We got a couple people trying to bolt each other down, as we can see here. We got this rag bolter trying to rack down Bruiser, and Bruiser is about to fall. The fog kills him. 5 more damage done to Bruiser, and he does fall. And we got Black Nose on the victory there. Bolt's money, no problem. Another kill for Black Nose. He's on quite a alliance there. We got Element still alive. Element leader and shot caller is still alive, but he's about to fall. He takes 1 more fog damage, and dead he is. Now we got Black Nose still alive. Bolting PogChamp 73, PogChamp 73, very low health, has no food left. The fog kills him, 5 more damage done. And we got Black Nose still out there, still trying to bolt people, but it does appear he's out of food now, which should mean he should put up a redemption, but he's not doing that. He's just letting himself die to the fog. Mischance by him. Now, let's see, we got, oh yeah, let's not talk about that name. We got Tontu here, that's a better name. He's still trying to survive. We got people actually flexing the redemption. The Rattler, there we go. He knows what's up. He needs to proc that redemption. As you can see, another redemption triggers there. Heals up, and once again, we got Beer trying to blubber rush. He actually kills the Rattler with that. We got Juji Man now trying to fight on the Thorman. Thorman still survives. Tries to blob barrage on the Bergay. Does so. Now finds a big barrage clump on the center here. You should continue to blob barrage and heal up more, because he should be able to survive and potentially take this last man stand. We got another max hit here. Bar Abra. Now very low health. Still could use some redemption. Stay alive. All these people, they're just running around. They have no clue what they're doing. Now we see Abra finally dying. Cosine in the center. Trying to blob barrage. Still very healthy. Doing pretty well for himself. Blood barraging up and trying to heal with that spell. There's legit 80 of us left. Damn. We got 30 people still alive. We got Tontu about to fall there. 1 more damage will do. Okay, we got another max hit here. Kill Switch. Let's keep our eyes on Kill Switch. He is very much healthy, but he already has the redemption on. And he is fighting this guy over here. Element 98764. And look at that guy. He is just tanking. Look at how much health he still has compared to the other players. He's not even using redemption yet. He's just surviving. But we now got 3 people focusing on him. He ran into the wrong corner. He got frozen. He's being bolted by this rag bolter here. Zaddy kills Element. Now Element down. Who is still alive that could potentially get this victory? We got Amelia Tan in the center here. Quite healthy too. Doing very well for herself. We got DC in the center being blood barraged by Amelia, which means he should be blood barraged by Dassy too. We got Element. There's falling. Kill Switch still alive. Now Kill Switch dies to 21 bolt. DZ still alive. Amelia, look at how much food Amelia still has left. She has full health again. I think we have our winner here. If Amelia does not get stacked out here, I think we can see Amelia taking the victory of the last man standing here. Or rather, last woman standing. Amelia blood barraging even more on this enemy here. CD still alive. Now Blood Rush is on. I'm dying, bruh. Tries to heal up a little bit more. Could Blood Rush on CD too, but the focus now is on CD. Amelia has found her target, but all she does is just running around. Now 30 damage on Tube. Easy peasy, makes him die. 9 people still alive. We got Retarded Cock. We got I'm dying, and he is dying. He is very low health. Now Amelia, still alive. Still doing very well for herself. We got Retarded Cock. Now on his last redemption, I reckon. No, one more redemption left for him. Amelia about to actually fall too, but if she has redemption, she could stay alive a little bit longer. Does she put on redemption? Does. Very good. Retarded Cock still taking some damage. I wonder how much redemption he has left on his name. We got CD as well, alive. Retarded Cock finally falls. Dr. Raven. Now, do we see Amelia and Element focusing on Dr. Raven here? Amelia does not have her redemption left, and she finally falls. 4 players remaining. We got CD, and we got Element 9834, and then we got Dr. Raven. Now, Element 9384 is actually a Mystiker, somehow still alive, and we got CD falling. I think we're gonna win her. I think we might have a Mystiker taking it all the way down to the last victory. Look at how much... He still has food. He's still eating. Holy shit. Element 987 still alive. We got Dr. Raven trying to outplay him. This is the 1v1 we've been waiting for. We got Dr. Raven actually bolting a 16, which could help in his favor. Does another bolt, but the redemption procs on Element. Now, Element, does he have another redemption? Does have another redemption. Dr. Raven procced another redemption. Is this his last? Could be. No, he has another prayer dose. 5 more damage should proc his redemption. Heals up once again. Element still taking some damage. Stepping under his opponent, knowing he could die. But the 30 barrage coming from Dr. Raven, killing Element, and Dr. Raven taking it home. God damn. GG. Dr. Raven, the last man standing. Whew. That was intense. That was good. Now, these are the 1v1s. I will be pausing the stream just a little bit. For you guys, there should be no difference here. I'm just going to restart the stream and take off the delay. If the stream does appear to shut down in like 20 seconds, so you're not being reconnected, make sure to press F5 and refresh the stream to be able to continue watching. I'll be back momentarily.